put on any mask or anything like that. And I think Flom Flom and Regina had a similar relationship. They knew that they were connected, but they knew that they were different. And
congratulations on the special. How do you feel now that it's on the verge of coming out?
I feel magnificent to be a part of a project such as this that is really about inspiring people to embrace themselves, to love themselves, to appreciate themselves, and to know that it is now being released throughout the world. It's a seed of love that is being planted, and I hope that it really has a positive effect on everyone who sees it. And the fact that I can be a part of it is truly a wonderful thing.
We know that Flom Flom and Regina were the best of friends. That is established. Would you say their relationship is kind of similar to Sean and Gus?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, to a certain extent, meaning that, I would say yes. You know why? Because Sean and Gus love and appreciate each other for who they are. Exactly who they are. They know who each other is, and they appreciate that. They don't try to put on any mask or anything like that. And I think Flom Flom and Regina had a similar relationship. They knew that they were connected, but they knew that they were different, and they allowed space for each other to be themselves. And because of that, they were able to actually help each other. The fact that Flom Flom is a tick bird, he would be able to help Regina when needed. And I think the same thing with Sean and Gus. They realized that they both had to have abilities and qualities that help each other achieve the goals that they have for themselves, which is so reflective of life. I mean, honestly and truly, it's so reflective of life, I think. And that's what I do love about this story that Allison Flom and Jason Flom have created. Because the more that we can allow people to be themselves, then I feel that the more that we will realize that it actually is beneficial to ourselves. It's actually a selfish thing to allow somebody to be who they want to be, who they are, because it's only going to benefit me in the long run. And I think that's a beautiful message to put out there.
I have, now I'm speaking to you right now. I've watched a lot of psych interviews over the years. Mm. You sound very different from how Flom Flom does. How did you, embody a tick bird, and how did you develop that kind of diction for a tick bird?
Flom Flom I approached from the outside in, seeing the visual of Flom Flom. I took in the visual and left space to see who is what is it? What is that voice that represents Flom Flom? And that's the voice that came out. Sometimes you work from the inside out as an actor. You start with something about how I feel, and that starts to create how this person walks and how this person talks. In other projects, you work from the outside in, and with Flom Flom, it was clearly that. I saw the drawing of Flom Flom, and it became very clear to me, oh, this is who this person is. This is how this person talks. This is the joy that is inside of Flom Flom. So between the visual and the script, those two helped me realize who Flom Flom is, the voice of Flom Flom.
The story is about a bulldog who identifies as a rhinoceros. Is there an animal that you consider your spirit animal like that?
Ooh, ooh, that's a good question. I've not really ever thought about that. Maybe I'll be somewhere between I would be probably a mix between a wise old owl and a cuddly bear. Something like that. A new type of animal. Because I do think that I hope that it could be said that I have some level of wisdom. I try to gather as much as I can from those who have come before me and those who are coming after me, and I try to be approachable and be warm and be somebody that you want to connect with. So, and I know in real life a bear wouldn't be somebody that you would, so maybe a cub, not really a bear, cub. An owl, yes, a wise owl and a cub. So there's wisdom in age, but there's also still a vitality and youth that's still there.
I think I'm almost out of time. If you had to summarize Lulu in one line, what would you say?
In one line or one word? In one line, I would say Lulu is about self-love, self-acceptance, and appreciation of others, and creating space for us all to be the best version of ourselves that we can be.
Thank you so much for your time.